Very good. Okay, so displacement here it's completely dedicated to the C language because almost 90% of the companies you'll get the placement only based on your C skills, obviously, because you'll have all the pseudo codes or it's like technical round, you'll have this C code and all that, right? And these data structures and all, obviously, you'll write them in C, okay? So that's a C is very important here, right? We'll discuss some of the important concepts in C, especially in this hour, right? So we'll start the today's session, right? Okay, so whatever you know, you please don't hesitate to share with me. Please, if I ask a question, please someone will respond and give me the answer, whether that is right or wrong, right? Hey,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, first question, okay? It's like I start with the beginning actually, okay? So, C is what kind of a language?
Programming language.
It's a bit loud, please.
Programming language.
Programming language, obviously the programming language. I think.
Procedure-oriented language.
Okay, very good. It's called a procedure-oriented language. Do you know why you call them as a procedure-oriented language? You have an idea on that? Anyone? Any guesses why you call them as procedure-oriented language?
Because in procedural-oriented language, code acting on data.
Okay, very good. So you code acting on data, so we call it as a procedure-oriented. Very good. That's a nice answer. Who is this?
541, sir.
Okay, very good, Anna. Super. Inga, any answers? చెప్పండమ్మా అంతేనా So what is the specialty of this C programming is actually, whenever you want to write a C program actually, you more concentrate on the logic, right? So if you are given a problem and you want to find a solution and you want to write a program, we more concentrate on how to implement the logic or how to get the solution. We don't bother about whether your data is secure or not, right? So if you take the example of Java, the more you concentrate on how the data should be there. So who are allowed to access the data. But in C language, you are not concentrating on data security. Your total thing that should be important is how you find the solution. That is the main thing, right? So this is like more oriented like writing a function or a procedure to solve the problem. We don't bother about who are accessing the data, right? Responsible అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the importance is given more to the procedure or the function that you are writing, not for the data. So we call it as a procedure oriented language. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So is it mandatory to write hash include stdio.h in every program? Did you get my question? ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో hash include stdio.h అని కంపల్సరీ రాయాలా?
If it completes scanning and printing, then it is necessary to write that, sir.
What is that? కొంచెం లౌడ్ గా చెప్పండి నాన్న.
If a program needs scan or print elements, then print stdio.h, sir.
Okay, very good. So when you're working with printf and scanf and all, right? So that means if you want to read the values from the user and you want to print results on the screen. Obviously, you need this printf and scanf. So you have to write that hash include stdio.h. If you don't write that hash include stdio.h, your compiler or your system doesn't know what to mean by scanf and what to mean by printf, right? Avuna kada?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Any other question? What do you mean by syntax? It's easy, no? What do you mean by syntax? So the answer is actually whether that is a programming language or a natural language. A language will have a structure. There will be some kind of a grammar for that language. If you write something in a language, you should follow the grammar rules. If you are not following the grammar rules, we say that that is incorrect sentences, right? Avuna kada? Maatladunna. So English lo vachesi when you are writing something in English, you have to follow some kind of a grammar, right? There should be some subject, object and verb and articles and all, right? So only if you follow the grammar, then you say that that is correct. If you are not following it, obviously that is incorrect, right? So similarly for programming languages, you need to follow some grammar rules. That means I should write a particular thing in such a way that should follow the syntax. For example, if I am writing a for loop something like this for, so I should write one expression, then semicolon, some condition, semicolon, and then I++. And inside this body you can write some set of statements. If I forgot to write this semicolon over here, if I put only single semicolon, it just shows me some kind of an error, right? You're missing semicolon there. I cannot put commas or I cannot ignore these things, right? There must be two semicolons. That is actually known as the syntax. Avuna kada?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So, do you think that if I put a semicolon over here, do you get any error or something? At the end of the for loop, if I put a semicolon here, do I get any error?
No, sir.
Obviously no, because that is not part of the syntax. So when you're learning a language, you should know what is the exact syntax rule for writing something. And you should know what is not a part of the syntax. It doesn't give you any error, because that is not part of the syntax. The syntax here is for parenthesis, then these two semicolons, and if there are more than one statement, you have to use these things. If there is only a single statement, you can omit those things. So that's not a big thing, right? Okay, very good. So can I write something like this? Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does it mean?
Infinite loop, sir.
Okay, very good. This is called infinite for loop. So can I use this in some program and get some output? Is it possible? What is the problem with infinite loops actually? Infinite loops are nothing but they never get false, right? They never get terminated. Forever they are running, right? But even though this is an infinite loop, I can use this for loop and I can write some meaningful program with this for loop. Is it right? We have done use chesara alaga. మాట్లాడండి. ఇది యూజ్ చేసేప్పుడు ఏమైనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసారమ్మా? ఎనీవన్? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నాకేం వినిపించలేదు. ఎవరిదో మైక్రోఫోన్ It's like unmute anything, I didn't hear any sound. It's yes or no. Shall I write a program for this using this? మాట్లాడడమా God, ఏం మాట్లాడట్లేదు. Okay, so just for a okay, if anyone knows, that's good actually. Okay, if anyone don't know about this, whether how to use this, right? Okay, I'll just write a small program that uses this, right? And it does something for you, right? So we just write a small program on this. So this is called hash include stdio.h. Okay, int main. Then there is a int I equals to 0. Then I'm just writing this for loop, which is an infinite for loop, right? Printf percentage d, one tab, then I'm writing if I equals to, so here I'll just write something like this, okay, I plus plus, right? And if I equals to 10, break. Then return 0, close. Are you able to see this code? Is it clearly visible to you people?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, can anyone tell me what is output of this program? నా దీనికి అవుట్పుట్ గెస్ చేసి చెప్పండి ఎవరైనా. Someone is speaking or not? నాకైతే ఏం వినిపించట్లేదు. Okay, so just explain this, right? So if you are unable to trace this, okay, if anyone wants to see how this is getting executed, okay, so just look at this program, okay. So any C program execution starts from
Main.
what? Any C program execution starts from
Main function.
obviously main function, okay. So this is the starting point for the any C program, and here the first statement is int I equals to 0. So what happens if this is get executed? So I will be created in the memory with 2 bytes of space, right? And the initial value you have given I for is a 0, right? Then come here. What about this? What does it mean? You said that this is infinite for loop. What is the logic that it follows?
Every time condition is true.
So this condition is every time this is true. This is true forever. Is that right? So even though there is no initialization, even though there is no test condition, even though there is no updation, this for loop will be considered as forever that is true. So that means when you come here, this says that this is true. So you enter here, and what you do? You're just printing the value of I. And what is this I plus plus? What kind of an increment is that?
Post increment.
Post increment. What is the speciality of post increment? What do you mean by post increment?
Assigns the value and then increments.
It's not assigning here, we are using in different contexts. What does it mean?
Sir, you're muted. Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Sir, you're muted, sir.
Okay, ఇప్పుడు వినిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so what is this actually? This is called a post increment. Post increment means first you use the original value of the I, that is you just print that value and later you increment that, right? అవునా కదా?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so that means you are just printing the value of the I. So on the screen, what you will get on the screen, you will get the 0 now, right? And since this is the increment, whether it is a pre or post, definitely I will get incremented, right? So this I will become a 1. Is that right? Nana, koncham faster reply iవ్వండి please.
Yes, sir.
I increment అయింది కదా, ఇక్కడికి వస్తున్నాం మనం వచ్చేసి, right? So here we are checking the value of the I value is 1. Is 1 equals to 10? True or false?
False.
False, obviously. Where you go? You will again go to this loop, right? Again go to this loop. Since there is no updation, you directly go to the test condition, and that is always true because there is no test condition here. We said that this is a infinite for loop which is true forever. So again you come into here and again you are printing the value of the I. What is the value of I now? 1. And again it is incremented, then it becomes 2. 2 equals to 10, false. Again you will go there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 get printed. You know, when I value is 9, it get printed. When I value 9 becomes a 10, I value, so similarly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have just printed the 9 value and it has become a 10, and you come here, 10 equals to 10, which is true, and you just break it. That means you will come out of the for loop. So what is the output of this total program?
0 to 9.
Yeah, you are printing the numbers from 0 to 9. Okay? అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో స్పెషాలిటీ ఏంటి అంటే లైక్ you used the infinite for loop and still you are able to got some output and you are breaking that infinite for loop with break statement and you're coming out of it. So with this example we can say that by using infinite for loop still you can write some useful programs, right? Cheppandi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి you people are a bit confused about this increment. Okay, we just discuss this increments. Okay, first, right? Okay, so in C language there is an operator called plus plus and minus minus, right? So what is this? This is called increment, and what is this? This is called decrement, right? Maatladandi. This is increment and this is a decrement. Okay, what do I mean by increment? Increment is nothing but if I say x plus plus or plus plus x, okay, both are equals to x equals to x plus 1, right? Avuna kada?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So, but this is actually post and this is pre. So, pre post and ela telusundema వేరియబుల్ కి ముందు కనుక రాస్తే if your plus plus operator increment operator is before your variable we call it as pre ముందుంది కదా అలాగే వేరియబుల్ కి తర్వాత కనుక రాస్తే so we call this as a post. So as simple as that, right? So plus plus first, then variable, that is pre. Variable first, then plus plus, that is called post. So similarly, you can apply same logic for the minus minus also, right? Avuna kada?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So we just get a clarity on this, right? What do you mean by this? Okay, so we are just discussing this increment. Okay, pre and post. Pre and post. Okay, so take two variables like this. Int x equals to 5 and take another variable called y. Similarly, for post also we are just taking this int x equals to 5 and there is another variable called y, right? Okay, so here what I am writing here is y equals to pre-increment of x. This is the statement we just using it. Y is equals to pre-increment of x, and here we are writing y is equals to x plus plus, that is post-increment of x is given to y. Okay, so here what is the how you can understand? Okay, some of you may be having some idea about what is this and how it is getting executed, but whoever is having a bit confusion, I think I want to clear that doubt about this pre and post increments. So just listen to this carefully, right? So in case of a pre-increment, what happens here? Actually, there are two operators. Can you identify two operators in this expression? ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ లో టూ ఆపరేషన్స్ ఏమి ఉన్నాయి నాన్న?
ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అండ్ ఈక్వల్ సార్.
ఏనన్నా? ఇంక్రిమెంట్ కూడా కనిపిస్తుంది, ఇంకా
Assigning value.
assigning, very good. So there are two operators. Plus plus is one and another one is the assignment operator, right? So which one performed first? Okay, since this is a pre, so the first step here will be performed as, so step 1 is you just increment the value of the x first. So x will be x plus 1. So this is the first step that will be get performed. Okay, so if you remember this like this, you never will forget this about the increments and all, right? And what is the next one? Step 2. Step 2 here is you just assign the incremented value of x to y. This is the step 2. Whatever the value that is incremented of x, that is actually assigned to y. So here you can say that first increment is performed, later assignment is performed, right? Maatladandi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this case x is having a value 5 here and y is empty, right? So that means x 5 becomes 6. And step 2 is assign the value of x, what that is incremented value to y. So y also will get the 6. So if you see here, x is 6 and y is also 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Coming to this post increment. Okay, so here there is a post increment and assignment. Which will be performed first, which will be performed later. So here the first step is assignment. That means the value of the x, the original value of the x is given to y first. Please remember this. This is the main difference. So whatever the value of the x, that is given to y first, and later when you are moving away from this statement, the step 2 is x equals to x plus 1. X equals to x plus 1, right? So in this case, if x is 5 and y is there, So with the first step, I can say that the value of the x, that is 5, will be given to y, and later x value is incremented to 6. So if you see the values here, x is 6, but y is only 5. That is the main difference. If you know this concept, you never will become unaware of these pre-increment and post-increments, because you will get so many bits on this incrementing and decrementing operators. Okay, if you know this, so definitely you will never fail, right? So alage vachesi manaki indilo enti nanu vachesi decrement. So whatever that we have discussed for this increment, similarly applied for the decrement also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So if you know these things, actually, I'll ask some questions regarding on these pre and post increments, and you have to answer me, right? Shall I ask some questions on this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So are you taking any notes or something like this about pre-increment or not? Whatever I am discussing on the board. If you have a pen and a paper, please write down this, right? Or at least you can take a screenshot. That will be easy for you, right? Okay, shall I move to questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so here I'm just taking a 3 variables like this. So x is a 5 and y is a 6 and there is a z, right? So I'm just writing something like this: z equals to x plus y. So you have to tell me what is x, what is y, what is z. Quick.
X is 6, Y is 7, and Z is 12.
Okay, x is a
6, sir.
6, y is y
7.
7.
7.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Y is 7. What about z?
1, sir.
How much?
12, sir.
12.
12, sir.
Yes, sir.
12. Under Adena or someone is having some other values? Anyone is having other values? Okay, very good. So what is this actually? X plus plus. What kind of an increment is this?
Post increment.
So this is the post increment. Post increment is we don't increment the x value. So whatever the original value of x, that is we use directly, plus what is this y plus y?
Pre-increment.
Pre-increment. So whatever the 6, that is actually incremented to 7. So we'll just use that 7. So this become a 12. So absolutely right, right? And y value is 7. That is absolutely right. But coming to x, actually, in the expression you use the original value of the x, but later you have to increment, right? Whether that is a pre-increment or post-increment, you have to increment the value of the x. So after moving from here, you have to increment the x to the next number. So that is a 6. So this is absolutely correct. 6, 7 and 12. Right? This is how I can trace my expression. Okay? Very good. So we just move to another expression, something like this. X plus plus minus y minus minus. So can you get the values?
Six five minus one, sir.
X is the original values okay, so these values are 5 and 6 only. Tell me now. What is the value of X? What is the value of X?
6, sir.
So value of X is 6. What is the value of Y?
5
Obviously 5, very good.
minus 1
Minus
That
1.
is
Minus
Minus
one,
1.
sir.
minus 1
minus
1
1.
Sir.
Obviously, right? Both are post, that means you use the original value, so 5 minus 6, which is nothing but a minus 1, right? But after that you increment this to 6 and you decrement this to 5. That's it. Simple, right? Very good one. So this is how these post and pre increments will work. Okay? And another question is, what is the value of this? X plus x. This is interesting.
X is 8 and Z is 12, Y is 6, sir.
X is 8,
Yes, sir.
X value 5 తీసుకున్నాను 5.
7 sir.
Okay, na X is
7, sir.
okay, X is 7. Then what is the Z value?
12
12, sir.
What is it? 12.
sir.
Okay, so ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి యాక్చువల్ గా నేను ఒకసారి చూడండి. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాను నేను వచ్చేసి ఒరిజినల్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ I అనుకున్నాను, రైట్? ఒరిజినల్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ I. సో ఇది యాక్చువల్ గా వచ్చేసి మనకి యు నో దిస్ ప్లస్ 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 రెండు ఏంటి తేడా? Are both are sigma different?
Different, sir.
Different in terms of pre and post, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Do you know the priority of these two operators? What do you mean by priority? What is priority? Or you can call them as precedence. What is that?
If two present, which operator should evaluate?
So if my expression contains more than one operator, so I should check for their priority. So the operator with the highest priority will be performed first, followed by the second highest, third highest, and finally lowest priority, right? When if my expression contains more than one operator, and in one particular condition your priority doesn't work. What is that condition? చెప్పండి. ఏం మాట్లాడండి మీరు నా జీవితం తెలుసు కదా, సీలో మీరు చదివారు కదా, ఇలా ఉంది కదా ఎక్స్ స్టార్ వై ప్లస్ జెడ్ అని ఉంది. ఇది చెప్పండి నాకు, హౌ డు యు ఇవాల్యుయేట్ దిస్? సంథింగ్ లైక్ నంబర్స్ వేస్తాను కొన్ని, ఇది చెప్పండి నాకు.
First multiplication and then adding.
First multiplication. Why you are saying multiplication? There are two operators, multiplication and addition. So as per the priority rules of C language, multiplication is having a high priority than addition. So it should be performed first. So 5 3s is a 15, then plus 7. So that is nothing but 22, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So this is called priority. In which case your priority doesn't work if I'm having this slash. Can you tell me which one is first now? Based on priority, can you resolve this based on the priority?
No.
Obviously we can't. Why? Why your priority rule is not giving any answer for this?
Because they're both having same priorities.
Because this star and slash both are having the same priority. So same priority means both are actually having the same priority. I cannot decide this is first and this is second. So in that case we have to look for another option. What is that rule?
Associative.
That's absolutely correct. Very good, Amma. Okay, so that rule is called associativity. Its rule is called associativity. It's called associativity rule, right? So what does your associativity rule tells to you? It has got two options, from left to right or right to left, right? Please give me quick answers. Your associativity tells that you can follow from left to right or right to left, right? Can anyone tell me what is the associativity rule for this star and slash? Star slash, they belongs to which kind of operators? They belongs to
Left to right.
yeah, obviously left to right. What is this operators or belongs to which kind of a group of operators? Star and slash.
Arithmetic operators.
Obviously simple, no? They are arithmetic operators. Okay, all arithmetic operators are having the associativity rule from left to right. What do you mean by that? Left to right means if I am seeing this board like this, so whatever on my left hand side is L and whatever on the right hand side you call it as the right. So simply you can say that left to right means in this direction. So whoever comes first, so that is performed first. So what is the operator you are getting here? Star. So you first perform this multiplication, then you perform this what is this? Division. Can you guess what is the answer? Answer చెప్పండి దీనికి. ఉన్నారా? మాట్లాడుతున్నామా? ఏ 15/7 అంటే ఆన్సర్ ఎంతమ్మా? ఎవరు మాట్లాడట్లేదు, వాయిస్ వినిపించట్లేదు. ఎనీవన్? చెప్పండమ్మా. 2 ఏనా 2 పాయింట్ సంథింగ్?
2.
మా
Only 2.
ఏంటి అర్థం కాలేదు.
Sir.
పాయింట్స్ ఉంటాయా ఉండవా?
ఉంటాయి సార్.
ఉండవు. ఎంత వస్తుంది ఆన్సర్?
2. Only 2.
Why there won't be any points? What is the reason?
Integer by integer division.
So this expression is an integer expression. Both the operators are integers. The result is also integer. You don't get a float result, right? If I am having any number as a float value like this, then you will get a float value. ఇలా ఉందనుకోండి 15/7.0. Then what is our answer?
2.1.
2 point ఎంత అది?
1.
ఏ చెప్పండి. Two point
2.14 sir.
2.14. ఎందుకు? Because this is a float value, so it definitely will get a float value. But if there is only 7, both are integers, definitely you will get only 2 only. You don't get that points. That is the reason, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So this is okay. With the arithmetic operators we got familiar actually. Can anyone tell me what is the which operator is having high priority when you are having this post increment and pre increment? Do you have anyone? Can you tell me that which is having high priority, pre or post? గూగుల్లో చెక్ చేస్తున్నారా ఏంటి? జెన్యూన్ గా చెప్పండి ప్లీజ్. హలో, ఉన్నారా? The answer is actually post increment is having a high priority than pre increment. తెలుసా మీకు అది? Okay, very good. So this one is having high priority than this, but it doesn't work because that is a post increment. Obviously, you cannot do it first, right? And one more thing, their associativity rules are also different actually. This post increment associativity rule is from left to right, and this pre increment is from right to left. You know, తెలుసా మీకు ఇది? Okay, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి ప్లీజ్. For post increment it is left to right. For pre increment it is right to left. And one more thing, మీరు దీని కోసం ఆన్సర్ చాలా బాగా ప్రిపేర్ చేసేసారు కదా. ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఎంత చెప్పారు నాకు? x అంటే 7 వచ్చింది, z అంటే ఎంత చెప్పారు?
12 sir.
12 చెప్పారా? Okay, so that means you thought of maybe if this is a 5, ఒకసారి ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయితే అది 6 అయింది, మళ్ళీ అయితే ఇది 3 ఉంది, సో 6 అలా 7 అయింది, మేబీ దిస్ ఇస్ 7, సో 5 ప్లస్ 7 ఇస్ 12, రైట్? అంతేనా?
Yes sir.
Very good. You know, when your x becomes a 7 here, why can't this will be also 7? Because both are x's, no? నా క్వశ్చన్ మీకు అర్థమైందా? ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళి x బదులు నువ్వు 7 పెడుతున్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నది x ఏ కదా, అది ఆ కొత్త వాల్యూ అప్డేట్ చేసుకుని ఇది కూడా 7 అవ్వచ్చు కదా. Did you get my point? క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందమ్మా? రెండు ప్లేసుల్లో ఉన్నవి xలే, ఇక్కడ 5 అనుకున్నాం, తర్వాత 6 అయింది అనుకున్నాం, 6 అయితే ఇక్కడ 5 వల్ల 6 అయిపోతుంది, మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత 7 అయింది అనుకున్నాం, ఇక్కడ 6 కూడా అప్డేట్ అయ్యి 7 అయ్యి, ఇక్కడ కూడా 7 అయ్యి 7 + 7 14 రావచ్చు కదా, బికాస్ బోత్ ఆర్ x ఓన్లీ. Any answers for that? ఎవరైనా ఏమైనా చెప్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారా? నేను అడిగిన దాంట్లో మీకు కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైందన్నా? రెండు ప్లేసుల్లో ఉన్నది ఎక్సే కాబట్టి x ఒక చోట 7 ఉండి ఇంకో చోట 5 ఎందుకు ఉంటది? In both the places it should be 7 only because all this belongs to the same statement. No, these are not belongs to different statements. X is in the same statements, so why can't it be 7 and 7? Okay, sir, answer ఉందిలేండి. ఉన్నారా మీరు అసలు?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, Nana, so with this actually I am just closing this session. Okay, so please get some idea on this and tell me the answer in next class. Again, I'll ask you this, right? So bye.